Welcome to the official MoonWilly.com podcast, your source for news and updates from the hottest token in DeFi. Here's your host, the voice of DeFi, Steven.
What's up, everybody? It's me, the voice of DeFi, and today I was able to interview the CEO of Legends of Crypto Game, and it's a game where you can play cards against other people, and these are digital NFT cards, and the cards represent VC capitalists or AMA hosts. Now, they don't have AMA hosts, but they should, and you can hear me suggest that to the CEO of Legends of Crypto Game, so enjoy. Man, I'm loving that hard drum beat. Just gets me ready for a fire AMA that we're going to have today. And yeah, I'm excited. If you don't know who I am Steven, the voice of DeFi. And I love, running this MoonWilly.com live podcast where we can talk about just different things of the day, whatever the news topics in the crypto world are. But often we have an AMA as well, where we can learn about new and exciting projects in the crypto space that could be revolutionary. So we like to bring that to you as well. And today is one of those days where we're going to have Mikhail Mironov. I don't know if I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but he's the CEO at Legends of Crypto Game. Really cool NFT game. If you guys have ever played like a card battle type of game, doing the same thing, but in the crypto space with a, crypto world, if you will. So we'll learn a little bit more about that today. If you heard that song that we had coming in, that's a custom intro song that we have that's just about MoonWilly. Really cool, written by a MoonWilly community member and sung by a MoonWilly community member. So we're real proud of that, to be able to have that. Just kind of get your blood pumping. Just get you ready for a really fire AMA like today. But let's get started real quick if we can. I'm not sure if he's on the line now. But Michael or Mikhail, are you in the?
I am here. Thanks for having me.
Hey, glad you are here. Glad you were here. Do you have any trouble getting here? Do you have take a wrong turn or anything like that? Easy to find?
Yeah, not really. I was just going away from our office back to my apartment in Amsterdam. So all good. We are on time. Thank you. Awesome. Glad you are here. Well, I want to get into the Legends of Crypto Game, and I really want to dive really deeply into that. But first, I want to know about you. Tell me about how you got here. When was your first experience in crypto or even gaming? Kind of tell me how you kind of came up in this world to eventually be the CEO of such a cool project. All right, Kevin. Yeah, thanks. Crypto gaming, for me, two different things, gaming. I've played video games since I was a kid, right? And I'm probably like a dinosaur, like a Jurassic Park for crypto kids, really. So I used to play like Doom, Duke Nukem, like Quake, and all those kind of games when I was a kid myself, or like a high school. So in gaming, right? I love gaming. I guess, when someone asks me, what's your favorite game? I'm like, yeah, it's Mario.
And good choice.
Yeah, I do appreciate running, arcade type of games. As far as crypto or blockchain is concerned, I'm an ex-banker. So I've been in banking for at least 11 years, ABN AMRO Bank, here in Amsterdam and London. And, as every banker at least, we reading Financial Times, it always covered Bitcoin and the opportunity of mining, even if you're on a laptop or a home PC. It was so fascinating to me. So I got into at least learning about it from very early days, 2010 at least. And in blockchain, every as a banker, every big bank, it has as they call it, innovation department. So ABN AMRO in Amsterdam had several years ago, like launched that, and I was a part of the innovation, like a blockchain team. So we were like discovering the ways how to apply blockchain to real estate or trade finance and stuff like that. And you probably know like the R3 consortia, like the blockchain that they were building. So joined that club, that was like a really good opportunity to see how like you can get interconnected with like different banks. Like it may sound like, really really funny, in our DeFi world, but yeah, to cut the story short, like 2016 I decided to leave banking and went traveling like to South America, came back, and boom, it's like 2017, the ICO explosion happened. And I was like, wow, that's like so, to me, it's, it was like so fascinating because I've never seen anything like that in my entire life,
No one had.
No one really. So like, wow, I really want to be a part of that, So at that time, I joined ICO Rating, a startup. So, being an ex-banker and working with rating agencies like Moody's, Fitch, S&P's, and knowing the value of, the reports, like the DNF on like corporate entities. Nobody at that time actually provided like a proper evaluation of crypto startups. That's what we were trying to build. And, in the period of like 2017, 2018, ICO Rating was became like an agency du jour, how I like to call it. Right. Basically meaning that most of like crypto funds and crypto exchanges, and at that time, there was not even like a Binance, like Huobi was like one of the biggest ones, some other exchanges. So we made sure, like every crypto fund, every exchange was reading our reports, and being like as much independent as possible. And the project was quite successful. It was sold to an Australian marketing agency afterwards. And 2018, with my business partner John, we launched like SMC Capital, like a token fund and advisory. And 2 years ago, Crypto Rebel, which you can, if the newsletter that's like on a daily basis comes to your email. Yeah, like so, like we it's like a digest. Like on every Monday, we cover all the most important things like in blockchain and crypto. And as far as NFT concerned, 2018, you probably remember CryptoKitties, right? And how how they made headlines. And at that time, I was in Hong Kong at one of the conferences, and CryptoKitties were there. I was like, "What, guys, you're amazing!" So since that, we were investing in NFTs and really thinking that that's gonna be the future, not only in the digital art is concerned, but like the proof of ownership, be it the real estate of any source of like tickets even. But 2018 until 2020, we've been like in a bear market, right? And the whole network that we've been connected, several companies we know, like in gaming, literally nobody wanted to go into like blockchain gaming, crypto gaming, and so on and so forth. And several teams that we know did like a really good work on advancing and building like games like Block Lords, and X Infinity right now is one of the best ones. So end of 2020, the Corona time, we decided really to pivot and build something quite unique. And that's how the legends of crypto were born. You know, the idea is, we know the industry from inside out. You know, like we know like probably every character, like the guys who are like a part of your community, of our community, you know, be it a crypto day trader or like a market maker or the whale or exchange listing manager. It's literally, you know, every single person or a meme or whatnot, you know, that's made this.
No doubt. And I want to get into that here in just a little bit, but I want to summarize everything that you just said. First of all, you said you were an ex-banker, which I think that is interesting because I think we're always like, "Ooh, only evil comes from the centralized banking system." But here you are coming from, you know, the centralized banking system, and your path was kind of interesting in that, you know, you started getting into, like you said, the innovation department to, you know, apply blockchain to different industries like real estate. Then, you know, you were in 2017 and 2018, you started getting more and more interested in different blockchain projects, NFTs. And I think we can see a real evolution that you personally have had that kind of is culminating right now in this Legends of Crypto game. So where now you can, you know, use NFTs, use blockchain, use digital ownership for the fun of a cool game. So now we've got a good flavor of who you are. Tell me a little bit really quickly, you know, you've got all this experience now that could result in the Legends of Crypto game. Explain to everybody, especially anybody that's in the MoonWilly community that is unfamiliar with the project, what is the Legends of Crypto game? And yeah, maybe explain it in a way that they would understand it well.
Right. That's a really good question. Actually, I would separate it, you know, I would separate two things, like the narrative that we have and the game, right? So we are building a card game on blockchain with NFT collectible, which is great, you know, and there are like many other projects that are doing the same. But our narrative is literally a tribute to the crypto industry. And I think, you know, like in 5 or 10 years time, like blockchain, it's going to be like any other technology, like AI or, you know, Web3 or internet, like 20 years ago. But what we wanted to do, like from the very, very beginning, is to make sure that this history stays. And our like card game is like a living history to like a cryptocurrency triumph, or like a crypto industry triumph, and all the people that made this crypto revolution possible. So that's pretty much the narrative. You know, like you learn more as we release the lore of the game. But essentially, as far as the card, the core gameplay or whatnot is concerned, we are building a game that's you know, very easy to play, though very difficult to stop playing. So it's infectious pretty much, you know, like you learn it on the go, and at the same time, all the cards that you're going to have are easily recognizable, easily relatable by you know, crypto folks in your community, in our community, and like everybody around, you know, like it can be a crypto trader, crypto day trader, or like a market maker, exchange listing manager. You'd be like, hey, I'm a crypto day trader. I like that card. I'd like to try and play the game. But the rule of the game is pretty much based on like a triple triad that used to be like a part of Final Fantasy, you know, as you wish, many years back. Final Fantasy 9 or 14. With lots of new features and like special abilities, and you know, like we'll keep the secret sauce for the later. But essentially, you know, like you're playing against a another opponent, like in tournaments or in P2P system, or our AI, pretty much. So yeah. The narrative is clear. Crypto industry in our Genesis edition, which is pretty much extendable to other metaverses that we are planning to build. That we also keep like a bit secret for the time being. We're going to be having like lots of seasons changing and narratives. But in the Genesis edition, it's all about the crypto industry. You know, and the people that made you know, this this whole new financial system possible. And
well, sure. Let me stop you just real quick there, because I'm looking over the cards on your website, and you're right. They are kind of raising up the cool crypto industry of the things inside. I can see the different cards. I can see VC Queen and the ICO Millionaire. And for MoonWilly, who has a little whale as our icon, I'm putting this one in the main Telegram chat. You have the whale. Okay, it says he moves markets during lunch, and you can see all the different. Traits and attributes that he has on there. And so each one of the different cards, it looks like it, has a different amount of top wealth or impact or dev skills or innovation. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Undefined, for putting another whale on there. So it's got a lot of different things. And so to make sure I understand this right, we will be able to buy, is it going to be single cards or a pack of cards? And then we find out what's in these cards.
Oh, that's a really cool question. Yeah, that's a very cool question. So you'll be able to buy that packs or bags, So end of November, we are launching our marketplace. And a very essential, part of the game is that you're buying a pack. Like we're going to be having like three rarities. Three type of rarities. And you buy a pack, like a starter pack. And based on the rarity, there's going to be, like a certain, percentage of a chance to have like a better card that's like stronger in what you just mentioned, wealth, influence, and so on and so forth, like scores wise. And we're going to be having like booster packs. So booster packs like is going to have like less cards. Basically meaning you should be able for every like game that you play, assemble 15 cards out of like whatever collection you have, and you go into a battle with those cards.
So also, just to make sure I understand, whenever I'm playing against, there's a gentleman in here that I do a lot of these AMA shows, or I do a lot of these VCs with, Undefined. Let's say him and I are playing, and we each put some cards up, and he beats me. Is it just, what do I lose, first of all? And then can I actually lose the actual card that I'm playing? Or do I get to keep my cards? I just lose some tokens? What's at stake whenever I play?
Right. First of all, Kevin, look, the card that you shared, that's like based on our gameplay. We call it like internally within our Legends of Crypto startup gameplay 1.0. And the card that you guys going to be playing in the game is like a 2.0 version. If you go through our Medium blog posts and whatnot, you'll understand that it's like very, very different from the initial design. So the card that you showcase is based on a very simple top trump card game. Nothing to do with like a Donald Trump or whatnot. But
sure.
The cards that the gameplay that we decided to build from July onwards is based on a different gameplay. I would actually share someone who's like really.
Well, that was Undefined, who I said I'm playing against, and at first he put a little like he's fighting, put him up,
right?
And then he put the little Trump. Which is funny.
I'll go ahead and I'll show you something like the.
Yeah, please do. I love live demonstrations. It gives good feedback for kind of what you're putting together.
Right. I'm trying to find it, but if I don't.
Well, just continue to look for it as we're. Yeah. Continue to look for it as we're talking. But so I think I understood you to say, if I'm to play somebody, I own those cards. I'm not necessarily have a chance of losing the cards that I own in a match, correct?
No, it really depends, because we're going to be having. So remember, like we are building a play to earn, like if you wish, it's a fancy thing that everyone is.
Everybody wants to play to earn, right?
Everyone wants to play to earn these days. but we're going to be having like tournaments, and only in tournaments you're going to be like winning other players' card. And to get into to get into a tournament, before getting there, we have like two other game modes. One is like just like P2P. Pretty much like playing against another opponents, and then another one, just a starter. It's a free to play game. We want anybody actually to be able to play the game. So you start playing it with very basic cards that still have the deck that like the company provides. Basically, it's from our like ecosystem fund. You'll able to win, play further, and then accumulate, get our tokens as reward and start building your own deck. And that's we think it's like a much fairer business model for a play to earn that combines, play for free and play to earn element. So coming back to your question, yes, you can win other opponent's card, but only if you progress to like a tournament, which is going to be once a week, once a month. And we're going to be having like quarter tournament, like a yearly tournament, and so on and so forth.
Okay. No, that you answered that well. And I like the idea of it only being playing for, if it was racing, playing for pinks during tournaments. I think that's a great idea. But within the Legends of Crypto game is the Legends of Crypto game token. Okay. So let me know and let everybody know kind of what is this token and how's it going to be used in the game. I'm assuming that's the way you buy these cards, correct?
Right. That's like another very good question. So I just forwarded like a GIF from, well, you can see how more or less the card looks right now.
Yeah.
And in terms of the token, right, the original design is it's a reward token, right? So that the more you play, the more you win, and then we have like a DAO in the making, so to say. And at the same time, we know it's a very trendy word right now in crypto universe. Everyone is saying, okay, we are building a game, and like we're going to be having like a decentralized, autonomous, like whatever system that like governs, the rules, the future of the game. And personally, like myself, I've been involved in a DAO, like GITA, Global ICO Transparency Alliance, since 2018. Basically, with like people all over the world who are building the rules for running public sales for tokens. So it's like more standardized. You have like quarterly reporting and so on and so forth. And we know how difficult it is to manage like a decentralized organization. So we're not rushing to that, but the token definitely has it's going to have the utility for, hey, you have you keep so many tokens, and you'll be able to influence, like what the next edition of the cards we are going to have, the metaverse we are going to build, or even the rules of the game. So on the other hand, it's also like a payment token and a reward. So pretty much like quite a standard set of utilities, pretty much.
Okay, so whenever I play, I can win this Legends of Crypto game token. I can win that, and then that also gives me potentially some governance opportunities with the DAO, like you said. And then if I want to buy additional cards, I assume I will need that token as well to be able to buy the packs.
Well, actually, if you have the token, like we are going to provide a discount. So like it's going to be like a better price for a pack. Yeah, that's pretty much an incentive, like if you wish. Otherwise, I mean, you can buy it with like a Polygon token with USDT and whatnot. And the tech team that we have is so awesome. We already built like a detached payment solution. So lots of features on our marketplace that are not available in many other marketplaces. We're going to have, so like being able to use your like a Facebook, Google account, and then having like different payment methods. But indeed, like if you want to buy it with our native token, we're going to be having like a better pricing.
Awesome. Okay, that makes sense. Where you can actually get better pricing through it, because you want every reason for people to buy and hold this token. That way, they don't win them from their matches and then just dump. You don't want that. So you want every good reason. It sounds like you've got, the discounting, the governance. I'm reading on your website that you've also got staking that you would like to have to receive new NFT airdrops as well. So it sounds like that's been thought of as well for staking, correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And this, staking that we started providing from day one after launching our token. Like just today, we announced our like a very unique like staking pool. I like to call it like 30 days to 30th November. That's where like our alpha launch of the game is going to happen. And basically you stake LOCG and then you earn rewards in not only LOCG, but our partner is Polygon. So to make sure that you guys don't spend so much on gas and the game runs like seamlessly in terms of the transaction speed and whatnot, we are adding like extra rewards in like Polygon and Matic tokens. And also we having like two lotteries with our own NFTs and our like the partner that we have like for some like really cool dragons. But indeed, the staking system is like embedded into our ecosystem. At the same time, while we are building the alpha of the game right now, we are also defining the future play to earn like mechanics or ecosystem. And we have a colleague who just joined from Axie Infinity who runs actually, it's a bit of a secret sauce. So,
I was about to say you don't have to spill the beans here. But I always say whenever I have an AMA host and they start kind of fumbling over their words because they've got some good juicy info, you know there's something good. But okay, so let me say one quick thing. I never would criticize any game that I ever see, but I do have one comment, and that's that you've got all these people, you've got NFT artists, you've got influencers, you've got all these things. But I don't see an AMA host on there. I don't see anywhere that my person, the voice of DeFi, is on there. So I'm extremely disappointed that there's no AMA host on there.
Right. So you're a really good candidate for a new character in our metaverse.
There we go.
So I have to spill the beans a little bit. So we have like 40 characters that are part of the like Genesis edition, and many of these characters they were revealed. Like you can see them on our website. Like Medium. We use them like constantly to have the narrative. Like you mentioned them like a VC lady or like a whale and whatnot. But then we have 25 characters that's going to be like next to the Genesis edition,
okay.
And some of them are still yet to be like 20 we have already, and they're very recognizable and very relatable, and that's what we want to have. The original design is we don't have like a how can I put it, like a famous people, for example Vitalik, right? It's more all the folks that are in a community, like a crypto day trader, market maker and whatnot. But as you say, the AMA host is not yet there, so that's
something to think about. Something, exactly. Put it in your suggestion box. Yeah, put it in the suggestion box for AMA host. And he needs to have 0 dev skills. So you have dev skills, but anyway, rank him well, but give him nothing in the appropriate things, because we know us AMA hosts, we know absolutely nothing, but we like to talk like we're really smart. So how you have to rate that.
But I imagine we are going to have like in the future like a breeding mechanics. So the evolution of the card, like imagine you have like a crypto day trader and an AMA host at the same time. So you can you can literally breed them, and you
finally
get like,
breed.
Yeah, and you have a character that combines traits of both. How cool is that?
Yeah, no, I like it. And actually, I think, all joking aside, I do think in whether it be CryptoKitties or some other thing like that, I think breeding is a now I'm making myself laugh, but I like breeding. So I think that will work well.
So,
all right,
Kevin, so what's your trade? Like AMA host, like how will you breed with like something else? Like give us some input, like so we can put it into our like a game design document.
Well, it's going to have high influence, right? It's going to have, I don't know what all your categories are, but hilarious jokes. Okay. Just a funny, hilarious personality. Okay. And then also like quick, agile thinking, because as an AMA host, you have to handle, if your guest has technology problems or somebody's not talking or something like that. So some sort of agility, something like that. So yeah, you got to be ready for things to go wrong. So yeah, DM me afterwards. I'll give you all the traits you need. get in this game. Oh, another guy you need is Undoxed Guy. And it's just like a shadowy figure that is not doxed and nobody knows who they are. So yeah, anyway, I got big ideas for your thing. So
awesome.
Going on with you, because we are going to, by the way, open it up to the MoonWilly community here in a bit to ask questions here with the CEO of Legends of Crypto Game. And if one of your questions is picked by him, you will get rewarded by MoonWilly $20 in DAI. But before we do that, I've got a few other questions. I don't just want to open it up yet, but this is a pretty big project. You've got a lot of experience. I know it can't all be done by you. How big's your team?
Right. So our team is like 10 people right now. And a full-time, including devs. If you follow our Medium articles, like a couple of weeks ago, we started with a full-fledged update, what happens like on marketing, partnership, business development, and the tech side of things. So 16 people that comprise the Rebel Labs. That's our gaming studio out of Amsterdam, and Legends of Crypto.
Awesome. Okay, so and make sure I heard that number right. You said 17 people are currently on your team?
16.
16. Okay. So 16 people. Are they all around the world, did you say? Or are they spread around?
Oh, yeah, literally. So we are decentralized. The HQ, the headquarters in Amsterdam. We have 5 people in Amsterdam. The rest is decentralized. So the dev team, for example, our CTO, Janet, not only decentralized, but we are very diverse. So our CTO, Janet, she's in Canada. Our we call them a JJJ team, basically meaning like a developers, some in Canada, some in Europe. So quite
does that make meetings difficult with everybody in a different time zone and people feeling like they need to do silly things like sleep?
Yeah, at first, like we had to get used to that and find a way how to structure it properly. So we went through like some discovery. How can I put it the right way? Like how to make the operations and the management work in the best way. So right now it's pretty organized. Like the sprint planning, the weekly team meetings, and you guys can see it in our like weekly reports every Friday. Hopefully that makes sense of like really transparent way what happens within LOCG and Rebel Labs.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that answered it well. All right. A few more questions on the game I have. And one of them is just a time-based. Is this a game that I'm going to need to play in real time, Or is it something I can make a move in the morning and my opponent can make a move later that night? Does it need to all happen back to back to back?
No, really like real time. So, well, as I said, there's going to be like a three type of gameplays, but you just can't place a card on a battlefield and then like wait till the evening what's happening, like, so yeah, it's pretty much like a hyper casual strategy card game.
So it is casual. I kind of like it like that, where I don't feel like I have to be just locked in for 30 minutes, because that's tougher for me to find 30 spare minutes. But if I can find, one spare minute, make my move, walk away, do an AMA, do whatever I need to do, come back and find that somebody has now done the counter move, and then we can, go forward from there. So I like that. And like you said, sounds like there's a few different game varieties that you have. And I guess that's a little bit of a good idea. So, the different game varieties will allow different players with different abilities and styles to play at different times, correct? All right. So one other thing I wanted to know is whenever I'm playing against another player, and is there any fear that I'll be matched up against a whale, or is this somehow, and not a whale like the whale that's the card that you have that I showed earlier, but if somebody is, let's say I'm just going against a rich person, do I have a fear of losing to them every time?
Well, unless you play like tournaments, right? So you can lose a card. Well,
right.
If you play the very simple game against the AI in our system, it's going to be matching you to the deck that has a potential for you to win. So it really depends on like what kind of like a play you're gonna have. So is tournament, or is like just a P2P play?
Okay. So a few different ways. So obviously, if anybody gets in soon, they will be, early to this game. Is there going to be any advantages, except I guess that Genesis pack may be the answer to this first pack that you can get. But is there any advantages to getting into this game early rather than a year from now?
That's a very, very good point. And of course, commercially, we do want to make a statement, or we do want to make it like, okay, guys, you get into the Genesis deck. So this is going to be like very special, very rare, and never going to be repeating itself, right? Because we have a scarcity and rarity mechanics, and there is going to be only this X amount of cards minted in a Genesis edition. So obviously it's going to have, the advantages, but in terms of the gameplay going forward, it's yet to be seen, because we are working on a game design that's going to allow everybody play the game. But we have the game rarity mechanics and the visual rarity. And for people who love collecting, who actually, for example, I used to like collecting the physical cards. That's going to be very interesting or like very attractive to get in early and collect, to purchase like very rare edition of, say, our crypto blockchain founders pack, or like crypto influencer packs. Like we work with, we have like a big pool of investors, including like a BitBoy, yourself, and so on and so forth. So cards like that is going to be in a rare, in a quite a rare category. So getting in early will have will definitely have benefits in terms of future upside potential.
Well, there's benefits I'm hearing from just rarity. A lot of the Genesis pack, it'll be your chance to get a original Genesis pack card, and you won't be able to get those later. So aside from gameplay, it sounds like there's some advantages just to getting a rare card already, which could have its own value within the game. And I've got to think these cards have value just from a collectible standpoint as well. Just like, pick your, Bored Apes or, Polygon Punks or whatever. There's rarity in some of those, and they have value because of that. And they're not a game.
Yeah, exactly. So from the very beginning, we made a statement that we have in-game an in-game rarity, and then a visual rarity, more like collectible like. And the game artists that we have, they prepared something very, very cool to make sure that if you buy like a very rare card, it's going to be quite different, quite unique, so you mean like maybe like 1-to-1 or like 3 types of, depends on the rarity really, but they're going to look different. But in terms of the gameplay itself, you can imagine it's a different story. So for collectors and game lovers alike, we have something to look forward to.
Great. So for any game, you need a pretty good, pool of players. In other words, whenever I play, I need someone to play against. And so you're going to have a decent sized community. How's your community growing so far to be able to have enough people to, have a good community to play against each other?
Right. And that's what we are like really proud of, because from the time we had the IDO and DAO Maker in late, it was 3rd of May, lots of people supported us because they love the idea of the game that's like dedicated to crypto industry. And our community is very very involved. So if like the history, how we moved from like gameplay 1.0 to gameplay 2.0, the game designer that we had from Blizzard Entertainment, we had to, we literally had like 2 paper prototypes, and our community tested these paper prototypes like with so much engagement, and that meant what it means actually, like you had to literally cut the cards with all the stats, play with your friend or, like your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend or whatnot, and give us feedback. And we had the first edition, then we collected feedback. Then we had the second edition, then we collected the feedback. And, then everything what, we knew from this feedback, we implemented in the game design. So we do have amazing dedicated community on Discord, on Telegram, and we also like to give back to people who are this dedicated. So, for example, tomorrow we are having like a special session just for people who support us for so many months, having like special updates. You get like updates like insider, so like what we are doing and so on and so forth. And that's like I'm not talking about the special perks that we're going to be having like for them.
Well, that's kind of an answer to my previous question then. As far I was talking about just getting in early, but getting in early in the community, not necessarily playing the game early, but getting in early in the community sounds like it could have some perks as well to be able to get, like you said, special updates and things like that. Where's your biggest community? I see you guys are spread throughout a few different social media places. Where's the best place to go to learn about Legend of Crypto Game?
Right, I would say Discord, because Discord is a place for gamers, and our Discord is very, very structured. And the person that we had who built the foundation for that, made sure that we have like a really cool ambassadors there, and anytime you go and you ask a question, you get an answer on pretty quick. So Discord is really a good place to learn more about like the most recent news, and be welcome. And if you want to know more about our token, if you want to buy the token, you want to stake, any updates, Discord is really the place to be. But Telegram, our Telegram group is also very, very, very active. However, myself personally, being in crypto for several years, Telegram is oftentimes a lot about like, hey, when Lambo, when Moon, and this type of things.
When Moon, when Lambo,
yeah, exactly, when Lambo.
Yeah.
And so, like, Discord,
when Lambo,
when Mambo, yeah, exactly. For that, we have like characters and the cards, like
when Moon, when Lambo.
Oh boy, we got him going now. We got him going. That's funny.
I love you guys. So Discord and Telegram are like they're all good, but like come to our Discord and we're gonna definitely you'll feel welcome and appreciated there and get your question answered.
Yeah, I made you just that. Well, everybody's been waiting for it. I teased it earlier. Okay, so now is your chance. If you have a question, here we go. Everybody's been having I saw they were asking them earlier a while ago whenever I said something about them. It's like they just wait for me to say questions because everybody's looking to win $20 in DAI. And to win this, you have to put a question here about this Legends of Crypto game and have it chosen. So here's what I'll ask for you to do. If you will pick up 5 questions from these questions that are chosen, 5, just pick 5 that you would like to answer, whether they're easy or informative or whatever you want to do. You'll pick 5 of them. And as you're picking them, let me know what the name of the person is that you're picking, and I'll write that down and we'll get a hold of them after the show.
Kevin, there are like so many. I mean, I'm like scrolling.
Well, here's what I'm going to do.
So many cool questions. So
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about MoonWilly just for a moment and just kind of do a little commercial for MoonWilly. And that's going to give you an opportunity to kind of read and pick what's good, because I know there's a lot of them there. So go ahead. I'm going to talk real quick about MoonWilly. Let's say you're in here and you're new. You follow around.
Hello, Steven.
Hey, Ashley, how are you doing?
I'm good. So you're gonna talk about MoonWilly. You can do that with me and have a mini AMA with me. Why not?
Yes, I like that news.
While Mick just checks the questions and maybe finds one interesting to answer, at least 5, so we can get back to the community with some DAI. And
I like this. So tell me this, Achi. And if you don't know who Achi is, he is one of the co-founders of the MoonWilly token, the Telegram that you're on right now. So tell me this, Achi, while he's looking over some questions. How do I get DAI rewards? Why are we even talking about DAI here?
Yeah, DAI rewards. Basically, first thing is it's a stable coin, and that's decentralized. So meaning it's not controlled by a third platform or party. So that's why we chose DAI actually instead of USDT, because that's almost like a bank system. So they can take it or freeze it whenever, but DAI, it can't. It's on the blockchain. So that's why we chose it. And if you hold MoonWilly, basically based on the volume, it gets to any wallet automatically DAI. So you get DAI rewards just for holding, doing nothing. And I think that's a very smart thing to basically have passive income without looking at your wallet every day or whatever. And it's decentralized, so nobody can take it from you. So you can just do it and relax and chill while you play games, actually. This is the era.
That while you're playing Legends of Crypto, right?
Exactly. You can just play your game and just earn from them with staking, and also get play to earn. And you can basically have DAI rewards also getting in your wallets. I mean, this era in crypto, it's the best, man. We live in such a beautiful time in crypto, man. You can play and earn. Like, dude, I spend my childhood playing, man. I should be millionaire just by playing all day, man. Like,
just by playing games. It is a cool era.
How lucky are these people now, Steven, man? Like, seriously, this guys, like, they can play and just make a living out of it, and maybe just make even more if they stream it or. And
that's right. They can have people watch them play games and make money as well. So it is a good time. Well, Mike, have you found the first question where you can answer? And then I'm going to come back to Achi here in just a moment.
So I was trying to be like super efficient. So what I did, I already picked like 3 questions.
Go for it.
And I've been answering them like right in the chat. So like the first one, I check your social media accounts and see that you have Telegram page in English language, but there are so many people that don't speak English. So how do you plan to build social like accounts? Like so basically anything like related to our regional communities. So I answered just right there. We do have regional. We put lots of emphasis on the countries, so the languages, where from the very, very beginning we got lots of support. So our most active regional communities are A, in Turkey, B, in Vietnam, and then we have active communities in Korea, in China, Indonesia, Spanish speaking. Those are actually the ones that we are actively develop. And very soon we are going to launch our new regional ambassador program. So this regional community is going to be run by people within. And that's the way that we think is most efficient. And actually, like when you have people who love our project and like what we are building, they're going to be rewarded and have the opportunity actually to be a part of it. And then awesome. the other question, let me see, smart contracts. Someone called Arrow Senin asked about the smart contracts. Smart contracts are prone to failure and so on. Like, have you audited through any of the parties? Actually, our NFT smart contract right now goes, we had one audit already. We found that actually we'll benefit from more thorough audits. So if you go to our Twitter and you scroll, you see like some of the announcements. We are working with one of the best companies in the smart contract audit space. So right now, actually, like we are working on it. So make sure that you guys are safe when you purchase the DAX or the packs, because it's very quite unique. I mean, several projects have that, like NBA Top Shots and a couple of others. But we want to make sure that you guys are safe and. That's why we go like through like more rigorous process, like auditing the smart contract. Sure. And another question I answered, like Olive, hey girl, you say typically investors buy tokens that are likely to increase in price. So like I saw that total supply of the token is huge. Hey, our total supply is limited to 150 mil, and we already burned like 2 mil of these tokens. Basically, we do have a burn mechanics in place, and as post alpha release, when we have like the full-fledged game, there's gonna be like a very cool mechanics to burn the tokens and to make sure like the supply is getting less and less, so to say. But sure. Check it out. Like you can see it on the other scan. Like the initial total supply was 150 mil. Now it's 148. So huge. Well, it's limited.
I still think pretty cool that you've already burned quite a bit. It sounds like.
Right. So I picked 3. I still have 2 more.
Well, why don't you pick? Yeah, I'm going to talk with Achi just real quick, and you can pick 2 more. I love how you answered those both in text, and then you talked about it afterwards. So I like that method. So continue with that. Achi, tell me this. I'm buying some MoonWilly.
No, I just pinned something. Can you check it in the chat?
Let's see. You just
that's one of the cards, like Legend of Crypto. You see how similar it is to MoonWilly?
Oh, yeah. I feel like you weren't here in the beginning, Achi. I've already pasted this in. I did the exact same thing.
I missed it.
See, when you don't come in and you come in late to class, this is what happens, okay? And I'm going to have you write sentences or something for punishment. But I did 100%. It's funny. I did 100% the exact same thing. I screenshotted it. I put that in there.
Yeah, great minds think alike, right? So,
That's right. Well, tell me this. Speaking of of MoonWilly, is I bought some MoonWilly. How many do I need to hold to even get these decentralized stablecoins called DAI you're telling me about?
Normally it was 10,000 tokens, and we're gonna make it a lot more, basically, because we notice people want more volume, and the price is pretty good to get in, and the entry is pretty nice. So I think the community decided and voted to have it 250K. So the team and the community is gonna execute that, obviously. And I think it's going to be super nice to have some DAI rewards with that higher volume. And Mick answered also another one. There is so much gaming blockchain. Oh, he did too, basically. Okay,
yeah. Well, let me let him answer those. So, exactly. Yeah, it looks like you've gotten two more. Go ahead and answer those. And then
right. And I really, guys, like you've got like an amazing community. There are so many cool questions. Basically, like I'm trying to pick something that's, how can I put it? Like, not only easy to answer, but it's quite relatable. So,
sure.
Titan, this gentleman, there's so much gaming blockchain with NFT appear for now. What are the strengths from your project? Can you tell me the best feature that your project have and unique? And about the uniqueness, right? So, look, you can place Legends of Crypto in a category of strategy card game. And what you've been seeing so far in our industry, that most of the projects literally take Hearthstone. And if you're into if you're like a fan of card games, Hearthstone or like Magic the Gathering. So most of the core gameplay came from there. I don't want to put like labels or names. You probably know what's happening on the market. We didn't take that approach. So our core gameplay is very different. Yes, I mentioned the triple triads as the core gameplay, but on top of that, we built so many other features, so many other special abilities, and having like seasonality of the game that is gonna be not only scalable, but actually like fun to play. So yeah, coming back to the uniqueness, we didn't clone Hearthstone. We didn't clone Magic the Gathering. And with that, hopefully it answers your question together with the lore and the narrative that we have about the crypto industry. And the last question that I love so much, that someone seems to care what like we really do and we go through. What difficulties did you face developing a LOC Game project, and how did you overcome them?
It's a good question.
That's a very good question. Like you can ask any startup and any crypto startup about the difficulties and challenges that you face. And I didn't even know how to start answering this question, because it's like well, as a CEO, as a founder of the company, it's like so close to my heart, because like we are building something that we're really passionate about. But I guess the like a very big challenge is the biggest challenge is probably the patience. Like the crypto industry is so fast paced, and being in this industry for several years, like one day is an equivalent of a month, or 1 month is equivalent of a year.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
And what we are trying to build is actually, a game, and apparently, like you think, okay, you're building an application, and building a game requires so much more skill, so much more talent And the timeline gets sometimes extended. Our community is very like any other like a crypto community. You want it like yesterday, right? So while we are trying to build quite a unique product, an enjoyable game to play, scalable, and like for years to come, the challenge of like catering to our like quite a unique like crypto industry that the narrative is all about, that we feel so much pressure on a daily basis to deliver. And that's like the question was like how you overcome this, how you overcome the challenge. Like a month ago, we decided, hey, we're going to make it as transparent as possible. Every Friday, you have full update of what we did throughout the week. And every last Friday of the month, you have a full-fledged like game dev update where, you have all the insights of like what's happened, what's been happening, like marketplace development wise, like game development wise. And you can see for yourself how much hard work we are putting into actually building Legends of Crypto.
Man, what an awesome game. What an awesome project. Before you go, I just want to ask one other question, and then I will send you on your way. And we always end things with a little dance party here. I know that sounds weird, but I'll make sense of it here in a second.
I love dancing. I might stay and dance with you guys.
Okay. Well, get your best dancing gifts out. I'll show you how we do this. But before you do go, will you just close us out with a wise word? You had a pretty interesting, road up to where you are now, and I found that pretty interesting. But let's say there's somebody out there that's trying to find their purpose, trying to find out what they are passionate about. Maybe they're going through the woes of life. To that person, close us out with a wise word. What do you say to them?
That's an interesting request. I'm not like a super wise man, right? But I tried so many different things in my life. Like you heard, a banker. I was with Airbnb when Airbnb was a startup. Launched like several crypto startups. So my philosophy is like very simple. There is for many years, if you look at my like a Skype profile, like I have like one phrase there, and it says, "The only joy in the world is to begin." And
love that.
That basically says, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to start. And if you're new to like crypto or whatever, like you want to do, don't be afraid just to start and do it. You start, and like beautiful things is gonna happen around you. So yeah, that's pretty much my.
That's a fantastic answer. I love that. Just begin. Love that a lot. Well, thank you so much for coming in here and giving us a little piece of what goes on behind your project. It looks like a great project. I invite everyone to head over to their Telegram, or even, you heard him say so yourself, Discord, and check out a little bit more about the Legends of Crypto game. Maybe you can get in on this Genesis pack and see if you can beat me or Undefined or any other of our community members.
And you can join the beta waitlist, guys. Join the private one. It's on the website, and just put your email and join the waitlist and have some fun. And it's always about fun, and if you can make some money, obviously it's more fun. But let's dance and have fun again.
Yeah, fun and money is great.
It's also about winning.
Also,
thank you, Kevin.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much for having us.
Graag gedaan.
No worries. The pleasure's all ours. Like, you guys are doing really good. Honestly, I've been there since the very beginning, right? And you guys, I've noticed your social media has been very active. I noticed your Medium posts always active throughout all the bear market, all this trash that was going on. You guys were still pushing through. So, you guys have grit to your project now. I respect that, because we saw it. We saw it, right?
Thanks, guys, for the compliments. And like, join our new staking pool to celebrate the alpha launch in 30 days, like 30 days to 30th November. And you get a chance not only to have like an amazing APR, but also a chance, to win amazing NFTs. And on top of that, get your hands on like Polygon tokens, which are our partner, and get their awards distributed for this particular, very unique staking pool.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Yeah,
just share
we are
the links,
excited.
To share the links when everything is ready. We'll share it on our social media as well.
Right. I'll post it. It's all ready, guys. The announcement is today, and only 2 days. Only 2 days to stake. The pool is closing on the 30th, so we have exactly 30 days till the alpha launch.
Oh, wow. With Michael Carter Williams NFT, man. Wow. Awesome.
Oh yeah. Wow. We're going to be having like a special pack for Michael Carter Williams, who's our ambassador and NBA player. Yeah.
Oh, nice, man. Great job.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'll be looking for your AMA host card. I appreciate you putting all this together and giving us all this information. But the way we end this thing, you heard me tease this a little bit, is we once had a community member rewrite the lyrics to I Want to Be a Millionaire to I Want to Be a MoonWillionaire. We then had a karaoke contest, and one of the community members sang I Want to Be a MoonWillionaire. One time at the end of a podcast, I played it at the end and everybody put up their favorite dancing GIFs. And it was kind of a dance party, just a little 2-minute long dance party at the end of the podcast. And we've done it ever since. It's kind of a tradition that we do. So I'm going to play this song. Everybody's going to put up their greatest little dancing GIFs. And then as soon as the song's over, we'll all sign out. So everybody get ready. That's my introduction to I Want to Be a MoonWillionaire.
Thanks for listening to the official MoonWilly Podcast. Don't forget to head to MoonWilly.com and learn more about this exciting token.
This podcast is not financial advice. Do not take anything said in this podcast as advice for buying or selling any crypto, stock, index, or other trading tool. You should do your own research or seek the help of a trained financial advisor. This is for entertainment only. The information contained in or provided from or through this podcast is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any advice.